Hi, this is Denise with Papercrafty, and today I'm going to continue working on this journal. It's a design team project for Cara Creations using the Farmhouse kit, and this is my cover. I still need to do some decoration on the outside of the cover, but it's essentially done. You know, the inside's all ready for the inserts. I made it as a Tennessee journal style, Tennessee notebook style journal, and I'm just going to make 2 inserts for it. So I've gone ahead and printed, done some. I had printed all of the Cara's kit, the Farmhouse kit, on some HP presentation paper. It's not quite cardstock weight, but it's thicker than regular printer paper. And I went ahead and I printed on the back side as well. I really like this paper because, you know, you really can't see, there's no bleed through. You can't see the other side through it. So it makes really nice double-sided prints. And again, I'm making 2 signatures for this. So I kind of put these in order of how I want them to go in the book. So you can see I used the collage as the background, and then I covered up the collage on this side. So I figure this will be the first signature, and then it'll kind of continue that background page onto this first signature. So I thought that would look nice. And I just went ahead and I tried to match the colors and the styles. So I printed this on the back side, and then I brought that teal color in for the next page. Did this background, this one with the stacked animals in yellow, and then the yellow page as the coordinating color. I did this floral, and then the matching teal and chickens. And then the center of the signature is going to be this stacked animals with the windmill on the weathered wood background. And that way, even though it'll be folded like this, you'll see, you know, this won't cut off the writing here, walking in the lane. You'll be able to see this because this will be all, you know, the center part of the signature. Okay, so that'll be my first signature, and this has 4 pages of printables, and then I'm going to be adding some other things in there as well. And then the second signature is going to be this one, and so this will go in like this, and it, you know, it's nice because it won't compete too much with this one, but it'll still coordinate and look nice. So I'm happy with that. This is the front page, and then on the back side I did this chicken, and then I coordinated the peach color with this plain background peach page. And I tried to alternate, you know, some of the more decorated pages with some of the more background plain pages, so that I could add, you know, pockets and things like that to this. Then I did this barn page with the other weathered wood page as the next one. Then I have this kind of more plain background vegetable page with this more decorated vegetable page here. And then the interior is going to be kind of this more plain chicken background page. So it'll, you know, it'll go like this, and then this will be the back. Okay, so those will be my 2 signatures. Okay, so we know the cover of this is 5.5 by 8 inches, 5.5 inches by 8 inches by 1 inch. So we need to measure what the interior pages would be, and kind of a good guide for that if you're working with a book is just to go by the dimension of the pages of the book. So this is, oops, 7 3/4. Is that right? Yeah. So 7 3/4 inches tall, and these kind of vary. Let's see if I can find one that it's kind of hard to see exactly because I cut them different sizes. So kind of between 5.5 and 5 1/4. I'm just gonna say 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches. I think that's about right. Let's see, let's just double check with this one and see what this one is. Yeah, it's about 5 1/4. I think that's a good size. Okay, so that's good. So the dimension of the overall page, so, you know, doubling this one will be 10.5 inches. You know, we're starting off with pages that are, what do I do with this? So we're starting off with pages that are 8.5 by 11. So we only need to get rid of 1/2 inch on either side, and we need to get rid of 3/4 inch on the top and the bottom. Okay, so that takes a little bit. So we need to cut 1/2 inch off of the width and 3/4 inch off of the height. Okay, so that'll just remind me. I'll keep that there as a reminder so that I don't mess up, because this is 8.5 by 11. So if I cut off 3/4 inch off of the height, that'll leave me with 7 3/4. And if I cut 1/2 inch off of the width, that'll leave me with 10.5 inches. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's just a good reminder. I'm going to put that over to the side here so that you know, I remember those dimensions. And I guess what I really have to do is decide, do I want to take the full 3/4 inch off the bottom? Obviously I've got to take that off. That's going to be about 1/4 inch. And then I guess it'll be 1/2 inch off the bottom, because I want to keep that on top. And on the back side, that shouldn't disturb this too much, this print. because I'm just taking off these leaves. So that works out perfectly for this page. And I think pretty much if I just take the banding, you know, the border off of each of that side, that should, this is probably about 1/4 inch, that's probably about 1/4 inch. So that'll probably be about the right width. That'll leave me with about 10.5 inches in width. So when this is folded like that, that will measure 5 1/4 by more or less 7 3/4. I could probably do a better job of measuring that. So, but that's okay. This is pretty good. I think the first one, I'm not sure that I did that. So that's good. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm just gonna put that off to the side. And I'm gonna do the next page. So again, I'm gonna look at the print. This side doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna look at this side. Most of the print here is on the bottom, so I wanna cut more off the top. So I think before I get started on the sides, I'm gonna go ahead and do the top and the bottom, just so I don't get messed up, since I've already determined. Okay, so that's 1/4 inch. I cut 1/4 inch off the bottom, and then I'm gonna cut a 1/2 inch off the top. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut 1/4 inch off of each of the sides. Goes this way. Okay, and then I just fit that inside of there like that. And that looks pretty good. All right, excellent. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the rest of my pages and trim them up, you know, and do the same thing, try to figure out, you know, where most of the print is. Again, this is more plain on the back, so I take more off the 1/2 inch off the top and just 1/4 inch off the bottom, since most of the print is down here. You know, I'm gonna do that for each of the pages. So I'm gonna turn off the video, and once everything's all trimmed up and folded and ready to go, I'll be back. Okay, so now I've cut all of these down. You'll see this first signature, that's the front. Open it up, it's gonna look like that, and like that. Like that. That's the center of the signature. Got that, and that, and that, and that's the back, okay? And then the second signature is, that's the front. That's the second page, third page, the fourth page. This is going to be the center of the signature, and I can do some embellishments or put another page in the middle there. This has the vegetables on both sides. This has the paper on both sides, and the chicken, and then there's the back. Okay, so you can see, even though I did all of these pages the same width, because they have a depth here, you know, they're one's inside of the other, you can see how the middle pages kind of go beyond this front page. Normally, I don't mind different widths of paper. I think it adds, you know, just interest and texture. But with this one, because we're, you know, doing it just kind of simply and you know, doing, you know, the Tennessee style, I'm going to go ahead and trim up this edge just like I would with my planner. Now, you know, you can wait until the end to do this, but I'm not sure, nothing is going to go beyond this edge in terms of paper width. It might be shorter on the interior, but it's not going to go beyond that. So I'm just going to trim this up so it's even looking on this side. I'm just going to do that by lining up the top and the bottom there. So I might go the other direction. So this is underneath the arm. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up. There we go. You know, and you can use a straight edge, but this is not super thick, so it should work with this trimmer just like that. Okay, so now it's got a nice clean edge on the side there. You can see. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Make sure that all the pages are even and toward the center. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out all of the ephemera in the kit. And I went ahead and made this envelope, and it's a little different style than I anticipated. I love it. I think it's super cute, but I'm not going to use it, I don't think, for what I had anticipated. So let's see, I'm just going to kind of reset. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and make some pages out of tags, because there's, let's see, 6 large tags in this kit. So what I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to attach the kits, the tags back to back. So this will take up 4 tags like this, and I'm going to put a ribbon between the two tags, 2 sets of tags. And this one, it's going to go in like this. So it will look like that when it's closed. And then on the other side, this one's gonna look like this. Okay. So, let's see. With that in mind, I am going to take some of this ribbon that I had. I hope this is thick enough. I really like this ribbon. I think it's super cute. A little thicker ribbon would probably be better, but I don't seem to have anything offhand like that. Okay, so I also found this in my stash, which is a bit wider. That's just some black lace, so that's a possibility. And I also remembered I had these bags. This is a white mesh, so this might actually work. I think I'm gonna try cutting a little bit of this and see how that works in there. Let's see. I don't want anything too thick that's gonna add bulk between the two layers of the tags. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of glue stick. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some Fabri-Tac and run it along here, the edges here. Make sure that this sticks really well. I'm gonna move this to a page that's not all gluey. Try to get them fairly even. I don't need a big, huge gap between the two of them, but a little bit would be kind of cool. Okay. So this might be a little more lumpy than I had really intended, but we'll see how it goes. Do the basic of it, that, and then take some Fabri-Tac and kind of go over the edge here. Okay, that's not going to be going anywhere. Put that, whoopsie daisy, down over the top like that. Again, get a page that's not gluey. Just kind of burnish that down. And kind of the important thing with these tags is they need to be about the same size so that when you layer them up, you know, you don't get, they line up fairly closely. I mean, you can hide some things with ink and whatnot, but it's better if they're fairly equal in size. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's fairly even. Just gonna cut off the excess on the bottom. I mean, these are gonna be on different sides of the page, so it's not really like it needs to be super even. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so decorate those up a little bit more later, but I'm gonna take and put those in here so I don't forget where it is I want them. Yeah, they're gonna go right in here. So kind of like that. I think I want it up a little higher. So it'll just be sewn into the signature like that. And like that. So that actually works pretty well. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with these tags. And let's see, with these, there weren't that many large tags left, so I went with the some of the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The Friday freebies that Cara has. So I've got this, and then I got this larger tag, which will be on the back. So it'll be like this. Like this, and then you open it up, it's like this. And I need to cut this down so these two are the same size. Okay, so it will be this way when it's open, and then it'll be this way when the page is closed. Okay, I like that. And I know this chicken one's a little shorter, but I figure I can put a little rickrack or some trim across the bottom. So I like that. So let's see, it's gonna go this direction on the left. And then on the back, I've got, this is very similar in color to this. So I wasn't totally, I wanted something a little bit with a little bit more contrast. So I think I'm gonna put this smaller one and layer up the tag somehow on here like that. And then I really like this color with this, but the butterfly just didn't seem to fit. So I think I'm just gonna cover up the butterfly with a rooster. Another rooster. This guy's looking at the other one. Okay, but I don't need these two right now. I'm gonna put those off to the side. This is gonna go like that. that in here like this. And that's the way it's gonna look. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I sewed around the tags. And I did that on both sides. And I may yet ink around the edges as well. And I also added some other pages in here between the printables. I added a variety of different doilies, just different widths and sizes. I added some book pages, and the way I did the book pages is I just took, 2 pages, out of the blocked text and put them, figure out where I wanted them in the signature. Put them like this. Ran a line of glue with the glue stick like that, and then ran a line of art glitter glue on the edge here, and then along the top and the bottom. Stuck these two together like this so that it wasn't covering the illustration on the other side. And then kind of went up like this and then added another line of art glitter glue right along here, just so, I was ensured that they would stick really well together. Just burnished that down and let that dry. And then I just folded it in half and creased it with my bone folder and inserted it, right in the signature. So you can see I added a number of different things. I added the doily, I added this book page. I made an envelope out of a Trader Joe's bag, and I'm gonna glue this down and make this so that there's places for tags. I'm gonna embellish that a little bit more as well. I glued 2 pieces of, I just have some little notebook paper that has this grocery list, and I glued them back to back. And there's the tag page, like that. I added another book page there, added a little bit of journaling paper there. And I just like to have different, sizes and widths of paper. I just think it adds a lot of interest and makes it really cool. And I love these book pages. There's so many illustrations on there. I just absolutely adore it. Again, that's the other side with the grocery list and this Trader Joe's bag. It had some vegetables and bread and a fork. I thought it was fitting. And again, the other side of the doily. And then this signature, again, I sewed on the tags. There's some book page in there, and you can kind of see this peachy color on the other side of the book page because it's not quite as wide once I glued the two together. Again, some more journaling page here. I added this little checked page, and I'm going to put a little fold out. I'm going to add some more journaling paper in there so it's kind of a flip-flop fold out. but I wanted to be able to see the cows. I didn't want it to go, you know, cover up the cows when it's like this, so I folded it. And it'll provide more journaling space. Added a doily here, another book page. And I made it a little side pocket here for tags. Added a page of recipe booklet. It said vegetables, so I thought it went really nicely with this page of Cara's kit. And here's the other side of it. Again, that pocket on the other side. And I'm going to embellish those a little bit more. The book page. And the pages that did not have any pictures on them, didn't have any illustrations, I used some gesso that I had colored to be the same color, this kind of yellowy brown color. I colored it with paint so that it matched the tone of the book page, and I just gessoed over the text so that, you know, you can kind of see the text, so it provides some texture and interest, but it's not distracting if, you know, you want to journal over it, or if I, you know, want to go ahead and put a pocket or something else. It just adds interest without being distracting. And the doily, the other side of the doily, the other side of that paper, some more journaling paper, book page, and that tag that I also sewed around this. And again, I'm gonna, you know, be covering these tags up and with those other smaller tags. Now you can see I added a lot to these signatures. So again, we have that issue where it's kind of it's not all, they're not even, but they're uneven in not a really attractive way. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those up again after I sew these signatures. So I'm going to sew the signatures. I'm going to do whatever embellishing I can first to the envelope before I sew them together, and ink up these tags on the edges a little bit. And then I'm going to sew this, and then I will go ahead and trim up the edges here. Okay, so this seems like a natural ending point for this this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Denise with Paper Crafty, and craft on.